Rapid ratings took a bit of a dive. We're not going to talk about it. But I think Bossman was using my account, and like, yeah, long story short, rating is down in the dumps, back below 2600, but we got to get it moving. We got to get it going. It's time to go. All right, playing the center game. Is this did I already play this guy? I played the center game once before. I was hoping to get something that like I actually want to talk about. I was hoping to get an opening that, like I'm actually making a course on. I do actually have something against center game, but it's pretty wild. It's honestly a bit frisky. Queen d3, this is supposed to be incorrect. Queen is supposed to go to e3. I can't figure out why, though. I can't fathom why. Fathom is a good word. Yeah, this bishop is blocked here. I'm just going to castle, play rook e8. All right. I don't think there could be anything the matter with this. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some normal chess at some point. Playing rook e8 here. Just hanging around, just waiting around. There. Knight g4 is a classic idea once they castle queenside because, yeah, this f2 pawn is actually quite weak here. But knight g4, queen g3, that doesn't really do anything. I like knight e5. Knight e5 makes a lot of sense. Look at this. Queen g3 will play knight g6. This makes a lot of sense. He could try f3, but then I'm not really sure what he's doing with his pawns. f3, I really want to play d5. d5, knight takes, bishop takes. I'm not really sure what I'm doing there either. Yeah, this is some weird stuff. I guess we should play c6 to play d5. There, that's pretty bananas. Okay, bro wants to push his h-pawn forward. If I play knight h5, he plays queen g4, rook e5, bishop g5. What is that position? What in tarnation is that position? I mean, I could also play queen a5 here. Yeah, queen a5, he plays a3. Yeah, this is bizarre. This is bizarre and bananas. Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe I could play d5, h5, and then bishop d6. I really like the idea of d5, but h5, yeah, what am I going to do against h5? h5 is a big problem. Do not want to play h5, then I'm weakening this square. Actually, is that the end of the world? I don't think that is. We'll just play h5 here. It's a little bit of a concession. Dude, Bossman has to chill with the messages. Bossman can't be pestering me while I'm in the middle of recording a video. Bossman's got to chill out. Take a chill pill. Why not play d5 here? d5 takes. Yeah, this is about to be a mess. d5 takes, he takes. I take with the queen, he takes with the knight. It's a bit risky. A bit risky, a bit frisky. I mean, we could, yeah, this h5 move, it's really too bad. It's legitimately time to go. We could play d5. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I'll play d5 because, like, the thing is ultimately he is a bit discoordinated here. These two pieces are really out of the game. If he wants, he can take a pawn. I'm probably going to play bishop f5 to just start aiming straight at his king. Well, actually, wait, no. Takes bishop f5, he plays knight d4. That would not be good. We should try something else. Okay, so takes, yeah. His idea is he's going to take here and then take with the knight. That's a bit frisky. Honestly, that's a little too frisky for my taste. He could also even take with the knight here. Yeah, this is getting interesting. Maybe can we play... Well, queen a5, he always has a3. That's what I didn't like. He could also take here whenever he wants. I'm not that concerned about that, though. Let's play queen b6. I'm hoping something works out here. What I'm banking on is that... I'm banking on the fact that these are all just a bit misplaced, and that's going to counterbalance the fact that, I'm down a pawn, and also he might shatter my structure whenever he wants. If he takes here, I probably will play bishop f5, keep the pot stirring. Takes, actually, maybe we should take this way just to open the rook. Really, really wacky stuff at the moment. Yeah, I came to a decision with this channel. With all these games that are not being played in openings that are not like really my specialty, I'm just not going to do analysis for them because the analysis, it's already tiring, but at least with the bird opening or bird's defense, it's something that I'm really like trying to niche into on this channel. But yeah, so with these other games, I'm just going to do rapid. I'm already doing enough analysis as it is, like during the game, so I don't think we have to like overkill. I think it would just be overkill to do the analysis in these openings that are not even really my specialty. There. What is man up to? We play bishop f5, he takes, there, takes. I got a lot of compensation there. I got a big amount of compensation. We could throw in a check. We could definitely throw in a check. I'm wondering, is the check going to do anything though? Check, he goes here. Bishop f5 takes, all that happens. Not really sure what I've accomplished with that. Let's take here. Yeah, taking here is best. Queen is covering f6. I actually got a new mouse. I finally hooked up the new mouse. Even this mouse is having problems though. I mean, normally that would indicate that it's probably just a problem with my motor coordination rather than the mouse itself, but we're not going to talk about that. It's time to go. All right, could I throw in a check? Bishop e6 also looks good. I mean, dude, this position looks very good. Bishop e6, I guess he takes here, though. Let's play f5. I think bro's in a lot of trouble here because these knights, he's getting kicked around. He's still playing down these pieces. We're going to have some tactics here. Mark my words and march my words. Do both out of respect for the birdmaster. Knight g5, f4. F4 traps the queen almost. Look at that. Takes, then I have queen e3. Bro's in a lot of trouble. Is he going to play knight d6? Is that what bro's thinking about? Knight d6, I play f4 anyway, though. Takes, we throw in a check. King d1, and I have mate. King b1, I have queen e1. What is bro thinking about, man? Bro, it's time to go. Let bro know. You just got to make up your mind, man. You got to choose something. This is a really tough position, though, actually. I think he has to go here. Yeah, because knight g5, I play f4. He has to go queen h2. There's no way he's surviving that position. There's no way he has time to meet the mayor twice and live to tell the tale. Am I right? Okay, we'll play f4 here. We'll play f4. It's time to go. Where's his queen even going to go here? Is it going to go here? Yeah, that's a choice between two awful squares. Yeah, dude is in enormous trouble. If he takes here, I throw in this check. I guess I'm also winning this knight here. He has to take here. But then I throw in a check, and he's getting mated. Nice. Okay, good. We got a good win. Playing literally the same exact guy again. Guess it's a very small 10-0 pool at the moment here on chess.com. Got a bird's opening. Let's go. Let's get pecking. e4, bishop g7, I'll play c3. This mouse is so much nicer, honestly. Has a better grip. It cost a lot of money. Boss man really shelled out a pretty penny to treat me right. Let's play bishop e5 check. Don't know if this is correct. Really have no idea. I think actually this is in the recent set of updates. Is it? I think I'm supposed to play knight c3 actually. Let me know, those of you who have got my course. I'm pretty sure I actually recommend knight c3 here. Maybe, I guess you could trade though. Maybe it's not a problem. I really don't know. Knight c3. If he plays d4, we get a two knights tango. Just a really improved two knights tango with our pawn already on f4. Yeah, some weird stuff is happening. Like he could take here. Structurally speaking, we're doing pretty badly, but we have a lot of development. We have very decent development here. There. Bro can't do that and live to tell the tale. Dude, I just had a delicious steak lunch. That's why I'm not complaining about being starving or anything, because I already had the lunch. The joke's on the steak guy. I'm already full. Yeah, I made a spiritual decision recently, and that's been like really easing my mind. I have no idea when I'm going to finish the course, but I'm just not going to stress about it. I'm going to do 2 hours a day. And yeah, like at the end of the day, the course might not come out for like 5 years, but whatever. I just can't. It was weighing down too much on my mind. It was hanging over my head like a stormy, overcast sky. And yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna prioritize it. If it takes 10 years, so be it. I'm not gonna let it ruin my life. It's time to go. All right, there. Let's play this. This is in my course. This type of position is definitely in my course. You could play g4 here, but from what I remember, I recommend knight g3, bishop d2, and queen e2, and we're playing for e5. This is definitely in my course somewhere. I'm not sure if it's this exact position, but it's definitely there somewhere. Let's play queen e2, play bishop d2 soon. I'm not sure what the difference is between these two. Both of these look very good. Got my Starbucks coffee here. Delicious cup of joe. Jose treated me right today. h6, bishop d2. Yeah, what is this? We could play a3, b4 maybe? This is like a reverse King's Indian, but normally in the King's Indian you get your pawn to g4. It was still good of me to not rush for it that soon, just because if you rush with g4, they might castle queenside. They might steamroll you. So you gotta be a little careful, you know what I mean? You don't dance around the dragon's den frivolously. If you do have to enter the dragon's den, you gotta do so calmly and meticulously. Very careful to not make a sound. We could definitely play e5 here. e5, he's going to play knight d5. I feel like we should keep building up. Ooh, I wanted to play c3, but no, takes, he's just going to target this pawn here. That would not be good. Yeah, what are we going to do here? We could play e5, knight d5, knight e4. I think e5 makes sense. This is what I remember. I remember e5 making sense in these positions. Yeah, we'll put the knight on e4. This really accentuates the position because on the one hand, his knight's getting a great score, but our knight is also getting a great score. And actually, I guess I'm sort of convincing myself of the benefits of this move because look at this. His knight gets closer to this square, but we actually have our bishop covering this. On the other hand, our knight is getting closer to this square, and his bishop is improperly placed. 94, okay. Attacking this, attacking this. So actually I figured out what the problem is. I have the correct mouse. Well, he's just dropping a pawn here. That's really, really bad. I'm just wondering, should we take first? Takes, knight takes, and then takes. That looks better. I'm gonna take 2 pawns. Yeah. 2 pawns is better than one. Am I right? Getting this and this. What is bro doing? Okay, we got another win. Look at that, guys. You see that? 95.9. This is a Birdmaster special. All right, so we got this. Bishop b5 is best. Did I remember that correctly? Bishop b5, okay, and if they play this, is knight c3 here the best? I'm pretty sure I recommend knight c3 in my course. The computer's saying knight e5 is even better. I think I might even recommend knight c3 here. I really don't know. Both of these look good. Knight c3 looks very good. I think it's this position. Yeah. This looks very familiar. And like another idea here, one of the critical ideas is that if they play bishop g7, well, yeah, you can take. I remember this. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is what I recommend. Anyway, bishop b5 can't be bad though. Knight c3. Yeah, as I was saying, just in this type of structure, structurally speaking, in this type of structure, this pawn is a bit weak here. We've weakened the light scores because we've traded off the e-pawn. But at the same time, we have really, really good knights here. Got 2 knights on some excellent squares. Knight e5 also could happen. His c-pawn is also a little weak. So this can't be a problem. I definitely wouldn't be worse here. Anyway, bro played d4. I played knight e2. We did this, d3. I was thinking about g4, but you have to be careful. This turns into like a King's Indian attack, but you got to be careful. If they haven't castled here, it might not be appropriate to go for a pawn storm. Yeah, computer's just saying that they could castle this way. f5 is also going to be a big problem. f5 is going to weaken my kingside too much. Pretty much, yeah, it's fine to go for this pawn storm if they've already committed to the king side, but right now in this position, they have done nothing of the sort. They could still castle either way, so I just need to make useful moves in the meantime, and unfortunately, one of my best ways to do it is just to improve the knight here. This blocks the g-pawn, so we're probably not going to push it for a while. That doesn't mean eventually I might not push it if he does castle kingside in the end, though. So knight e7, queen e2. I thought all this was fine. Computer's giving it like question exclams. I don't care what it says. e5. Very, very good move here. I definitely remember this in my course. I guess we reached this position another way. Because I know this, the opening didn't follow the theory of my bird course, but even so, we get, I can't remember exactly where it is, but there is some position in my course exactly like this. Let me know in the comments. I literally just did the move trainer for it like a few days ago when Bossman gave me a break. Anyway, e5, knight d5, knight e4. Yeah, now he's in a lot of trouble here. Hitting into d6, hitting into c5. He should play b6 to fortify c5. Even here though, and look at what we have here, guys. G4. We can finally play G4 if we want. There's actually no need to do it just yet. I like rook A1 first, just building up. Computer's saying knight B4. Interesting. Knight B4, I would just play bishop C1 here. Oh, sorry, no, we have knight F6 in this position. Look at this. Knight F6, and this is going to be very strong because he's... Yeah, this would be extremely strong because we're trading off his dark squared bishop. Now he's just going to be losing. I would assume just, yeah, F5, takes. We're going to play queen F2, queen H4, and play for checkmate. Like if he takes here, takes, here. This has to be the end of the game. Computer's saying it's an open and shut case. Already mate and 4 for the good guys. I'm wondering about this though. Okay, yeah, like what if he uses the other knight? What if he plays this knight to b4? Computer's saying c4. Interest. I would have assumed bishop c1. Bishop c1, he plays queen a4. Yikes, and he's definitely getting feisty in the Dragon's Den. No, here we play c4 here. Wow. Yeah, if he takes, we take back. And unlike that other position, I was saying we should be careful about this break in other positions. But here now, the d file is really closed. And if we ever really need to, we can seal it shut this way. The positions I'm describing were like here. Like here, you do not want to play c3 because then takes, rook d8, and already you're in some trouble on the d file. It would be time for you to go. So b6, rook ae1, knight b4, we play c4. What's he supposed to do here? He's supposed to just sacrifice the knight. Interesting. Not sacrifice the knight, I mean, just sacrifice the pawn, but he's breaking through here. We don't want to lose this pawn. We'll rather lose this more insignificant a pawn, so we'll play rook d1. He takes here. Interesting. We could take on e3 and be better. We could also play d4 and just play for an initiative. Look at that. Takes. Got some fantastic knights here. Knight b5, knight d6. Queen takes e3. Lots of fantastic moves here. Lots of good activity. His bishop is still dead, by the way. That's one of the real benefits of this e5 move. Bishop just becomes dead. I wanted to talk a little bit about this position, though. b6, rook ae1. How would we play for a win here? Yeah, computer is saying a bunch of things. Pretty much, like, let's just dawdle around to see what it's saying. We could play g4, h4 first. I like a3. Yeah, a3 also makes sense. You're just keeping the knight out of this square. Then he can't even bother your queenside now. Because at the end of the day, everything I just showed you guys with the c4 stuff, we are much better here. But at the very least, he's opening up the queen side. It's not going to be a one-sided king side attack here, right? Because he's opened up the d file. It's going to have to be more of a central confrontation, which is a bit less one-sided. We would prefer if the queen side stays completely closed, and to that effect, if we can, we would love to play a3. So I'm wondering though, like, what if he just continues waiting around? What are we going to do next? g4, king g8, and then h4? And I would have assumed we would play queen f2, queen h4. Is that good? Does the computer like that? Okay, let the record show computer also really likes this because queen f2, queen h4, you have ideas of f5 to break through here. Also have ideas of knight f6. I'm wondering, why does the computer like h4 so much though? h4 and h5. But what is the point of this? If takes, then what? g5. Okay, this is wild. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. Look at this. If we take back here, we actually don't really have anything to do now. The pawn blocks our file. We also can't use the square for our queen. He has an f5 square to eventually transfer his knight around. Apparently, even here, white is still slightly better, but man, this just looks like a mess at this point. His knight is going to come around this way. His knight is cantering right into the Cabbage Patch. This is not a good look. But no, instead we just play g5. Look at that, where our queen is going to crash through eventually. Like if something like knight e7, I would assume knight h4. We're going to crash through. Knight is coming to f6. We're crashing through on h6. This is just a terrible position for him. It's definitely time for him to go. All right. Yeah, so in the game, man played f5. I just took. I could have immediately won the pawn, and this is also good, but it's better just to win 2 pawns, right? Why only win 1 pawn when I can win 2 pawns? Takes, I took here. He just resigned. It's a hopeless position. If he plays queen d5, I'll just make sure to trade the queens. Of course, you do not want to take with the knight here, then rook e8, and things get a little frisky. Apparently, even here, I'm still better, but why get frisky if you don't have to? Just take, trade the queens off. We're up 2 pawns. We're hitting the rook. We're hitting this pawn. We're probably going to get a third pawn. Yeah, this is completely winning for white. Black has no compensation to speak of. I'm thinking about like this position. Probably the simplest way to win would just be computer's pointing out knight e5. I think rook e1 makes the most sense. Just play rook e2, rook e1, double up. Maybe cash out with this knight on g7 or d4 if you have to. But yeah, black has no counterplay to speak of. Pretty much the only takeaway is in this type of position here. d5, I'm pretty sure you play knight c3 here. And the idea is that this type of position, structurally speaking, it's not that good, but because you're ahead in development and because your knight is attacking c5, like that is one of the critical ideas here, is that if they play bishop g7, you can just snack on the pawn. You can go get snacking. This type of position is okay for you. It looks structurally very ugly, but your knights give you more than enough compensation to balance it out.
Time to go!